My darling child, hear what I have to say, and allow my words to reverberate deeply inside your heart for the aspirations that uplift your spirit. Set ablaze. These are not just fantasy thoughts, but heavenly sparks that I have personally inserted. They are the seeds of grandeur that are ready to bloom into magnificent reality under the nourishing light of your unshakable dedication. I am aware that the road ahead of you is paved with impediments that might seem impassable. Testing the strength of your determination, the voices of doubt will try to weaken your self-assurance. Portraying your goals as foolish fear's cold grasp may ensnare you, undeserving of search and rescue. Fear not, my dear child, because they are just transient snares. If you're paralyzed by the possibility of failing or the uncertainty that lies ahead, do not worry. Deceptions used by the enemy to take you away from your divine mission. Consider the victories of my devoted servants throughout the years, and find inspiration in their examples of tenacity in the face of adversity. Think of Noah as a man who, despite my repeated orders to construct an ark, was mocked and derided. He worked mercilessly with his rough hands for decades, which is evidence of his tenacity. Despite the mockery of non-believers, he continued because he was certain of his faith and that my promises would be kept. His tenacity was rewarded when the rains came and the floodwaters rose, and he emerged as a ray of hope in a world that had been restored. Give up on his ambitions in order to give in to the resentment that was threatening to overwhelm him. But he remained true to his beliefs, deciphering the dreams of his fellow inmates and proving his unshakable confidence in my divine plan. His patience paid off when I put him in a position of authority and influence. He was able to act as a conduit for my providence, saving countries from starvation and bringing his brothers, who had mistreated him, back together. If you think that God is able and kind, enter 999 in the lives of my apostles, humble fishermen and tax collectors who heeded my call and gave up all to follow in my footsteps, are also mentioned in the comments section below. They continued to preach my word in spite of persecution, mockery, and the constant fear of death. Their unshakable dedication kindled a fire that would light the whole globe. From Jerusalem to the farthest reaches of the Roman Empire, they persevered in spreading my message of love and forgiveness despite all the challenges they faced. Despite not possessing superhuman strength or supernatural abilities, these men and women were just regular people with the same uncertainties and anxieties as everyone else. Nevertheless, they made the decision to follow perseverance as their compass and to remain steadfast in their dedication to the goals and missions I had given them. That being said, you have to embrace this virtue, my child, for it holds the key to opening the doors to your own goals and desires. The thing that keeps you moving forward when the path ahead seems unpassable and is littered with obstacles is perseverance. When uncertainty sneaks up on you and tries to discourage you from following your chosen path, the detritus of failures and setbacks serves as the reservoir of resilience that enables you to emerge from the ashes of disappointment wiser and more resilient than before. Put an end to it by expressing your belief in me and the gifts I have given you. After all, have I not said that anything is possible for those who believe? Did I not tell you that I would never abandon you? Let's fight your conflicts on your own. Take courage from the boundless reservoir of my grace. It is an endless supply of resilience and stamina. Bring your worries and dreams to me in prayer, and I will uplift your soul and rekindle the embers of your desire. And remember that I am the light that leads the way, the beacon that breaks through the darkness and lights the route, even when it looks the darkest and the peak of your dreams is covered in thick clouds. For you, tenacity is more than just honoring the holy flame that burns within you and the limitless potential I have woven into the very fabric of your being. By following your ambitions is not just a virtue but a sacred obligation. Comment with an amen, and remember to forward this message to up to 3 others so that God might assist every one of you in achieving success. No matter how tiny, this is an ode to my splendor, an ode to the gifts I have given you. And when you stumble and the weight of the world seems to be weighing down on your soul, I am there to support you, to steady your feet, and to speak to you words of inspiration that reach the core of your being. I am with you, so do not be afraid. My child, I will always be your strength and protection. Even if the journey may be difficult and lengthy, place your confidence in me instead of relying on your own wisdom, and I will straighten your path. Because if one persists, even the biggest mountains will crumble into the sea, and the most impossible dreams will come true. Consider the people who have come before you, whose tenacity in the face of overwhelming obstacles has shaped their names into the annals of history. Take into consideration the unwavering spirit of Helen Keller, a lady who emerged from the depths of a world of silence and darkness as a famous author, speaker, and champion for the disadvantaged after overcoming the dual ailment of deafness and blindness. Take into consideration the life of Nelson Mandela, a man who gave up his freedom and suffered decades of unfair incarceration in order to achieve his ambition of South Africa, that is democratic and free. He remained true to his beliefs and his dream of a country freed from apartheid. Even under the worst circumstances of his imprisonment, his tenacity served as a rallying call for the country, inspiring them to overthrow an oppressive and unfair dictatorship. These folks, along with many others like them, lacked superhuman power or otherworldly skills. Instead, they were just regular people, just like you, who made the decision to embrace persistence as their compass, an unshakable dedication to their goals and aspirations that went beyond the constraints placed on them by fate or misfortune. Thus, two of you must embrace this virtue, my child, because it is the cornerstone of all great achievements. Let tenacity serve as your motto and the light that guides you through the darkest evenings and the worst storms. I will always be by your side, and together we will triumph despite the hurdles that appear insurmountable and the winding route. The world may laugh at you, but you have courage, goals, brushing them off as silly fantasies or unreachable illusions, but giving them no consideration because, my darling child, they are unaware of the power of tenacity. I have bestowed upon you the heavenly attributes of creativity, wisdom, and an unwavering spirit that surpass the confines of this planet. You are my creation, created in my likeness and endowed with a strength that springs from the source of my unending love. Thus, go with bravery and conviction, knowing that I will always be by your side. When you stand at the top, let your dreams serve as the lighthouse that directs your steps and your tenacity as the armor that protects you from the arrows of doubt and despair. Peak of your accomplishments. You will realize that all of your hardships and sacrifices were worthwhile as you look out on the wide vistas of opportunity that lie ahead of you. And as you enjoy the warmth of your well-earned victories, you will feel my voice whispering in your soul, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Now that you have persisted and triumphed, you may finally enjoy the limitless benefits of your aspirations since, in my opinion, anything is possible for those who have faith. Accept tenacity, my child, and let it serve as the cornerstone for the life you lead, a life filled with joy and purpose. Because in doing so, you respect the talents I have given you and exalt my name. Even though the journey may be drawn out and convoluted, know that I am by your side, guiding your every step and encircling you in my unending love. Go out, my darling, and allow your aspirations to soar to previously unthinkable heights. Indeed, subscribe to the channel if you think God will assist you. Please feel free to abandon my kid if you do not believe. Select the join button to become a valued member of our community, to become an esteemed part of our community with us. And type Amen. If you believe in God, then subscribe our channel.